The EP Podcast at Spoken Vine with Frank Murray.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted to get you out in front of people. We got the camera set up, so if you're listening to the audio, don't worry, there's going to be a video of it on our YouTube channel and out on the social medias and stuff like that, because we're going to be tasting sangria, and we're going to be talking about what you have going on at the library for the next month. So it's going to be a good, solid afternoon.
I love it. Big thanks to Spoken Vine, to Reed, and to Bridget for letting us come out here. And I got to say, as much as I love the homemade 6-foot bar, Spoken Vine, really great place.
Don't
really
short
great
me.
place.
Not 9-foot bar, but this is a beautiful place. This is a beautiful place, and we're going to bring them in actually right now. We'll bring in Reed and Bridget, who have been running this place at the northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie for now. What are we? We're at a year at least now, right? Or we're close.
Yeah, the 23rd marks 1 year.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That is really, really cool. That's it. It's all coasting from here. That's what every business owner knows. You just get to that year, you just put your feet up, right? No, you cannot.
There's definitely none of that.
This guy's working.
Up.
Yeah, he's working so hard. He's got his arm in a sling. That's how much they care here at Spoken Vine. So before we have Frank go through all the stuff that's going on at the library, I want to kind of get him lubed up a little bit. He's a little looser. Maybe he'll be funnier in this one if we can just get him a couple of drinks in him. So we have 4 different kinds of sangria. You guys are releasing this when?
Next Thursday.
Okay.
Punch Party.
What's the date on it? It's the last Thursday of June, right? Is when you're putting it out? Or
yes.
Okay.
June 27th.
June 27th, Punch Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's deceptive because people might think it's punch, but
we're also going to run it June 29th on Saturday.
Okay.
So, like, if you're doing stuff on Thursday and are busy, Saturday's more of your get out and have a few sangrias kind of day. Yeah.
The weather's perfect for it. Yeah, the weather is perfect for this these sangrias. Okay, so Bridget, why don't you take me, or Reed, whichever one wants to do it, take me through the ones you have. Start with that one down there because I know Frank wants to taste it.
Okay, so the one on the end is a Sangria Rosé. It actually tastes quite like grapefruit. It's got grapefruit and oranges and lemon and lime. It's fantastic. Then one next to it is our traditional red sangria. So it's a Spanish Grenache that we've put oranges, lemons, and limes in. They're all really good, but I made them, so I know. Then we have a peach sangria, very much on the sweeter side, really, really tasty, and then a traditional white sangria on the end with more lemon, lime, and apple.
That's the one I wanted to taste. We talked about it ahead of time. I swear, I did not steal one that somebody else was going to have. I wanted to try the peach, which is really good. I mean,
dibs.
I called dibs. Well, I mean, you brought out 4 different kinds, and I was like, what kind of sangria have I never had? I've never had a peach sangria. And so I love the presentation, first of all, because depending on the type of sangria, it's almost like you've changed up what's floating in there. And that they don't come... Sangrias, it's all soaking in there for a long time, or are you adding that fresh when you're opening up the bottles?
Both.
Okay.
So the sangria is prepped with fruit, but then we strain that out and put fresh fruit in when it's ordered.
Okay, so it comes, it's both, but then you're using that. How many people, have you done this before? Have you done sangrias? It's the first time ever?
This is first.
Okay,
yeah.
So what I want to know next time we talk is how many people you see after they finish it trying to suck the last of the sangria out of all of the fruit, because that's something that happens in the Lanuti household when we do sangria. Is that what you do?
It will be all of them. It is always all of them. So
everybody's like, I'm just being healthy, eating fruit. Yeah.
It's like our carrots. We tell people they help you see better.
You guys are open on parade day too, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, what's the hours? Because I'm going to stop by.
3 to 10 on Friday, parade day. It'll be a great spot for you to come in before the parade and kind of secure your viewing
Yeah,
spot.
You're right here on 95th. Yeah.
Also, the air conditioning is a nice little respite.
Yeah, you need that.
And the sangria.
And the sangria.
Yeah.
So come in before, during, after.
And when your teenagers abandon you, come on in.
It's what's happening to me this summer. That's exactly what's happening. All right, Reed and Bridget, this stuff's awesome. Frank and I are going to get hosed now while we sit here and talk about the library. No, we'll be very responsible till the camera goes off. One of my favorite.
I just wish this was going on later in the
Yeah,
day.
Frank-
Then I could really like camp out here.
Oh yeah, well Frank's
really
like,
enjoy
well,
some
you know,
of
I'm working. I got my placard on. I got my little badge on.
Should have kept the badge
But
on.
this is
I
all
know.
part of promoting the library. Just keep
true.
telling yourself that for the next 10 minutes or so.
Tell my library board that, Chris. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you tell them.
Doing it for work.
He's doing it for work.
For the
she said.
community.
That's awesome. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so
Yes.
northeast corner, 95th and Kedzie, and I'm going to grab a seat, and we're going to talk about what you got going on at the library. And this is going to make the entire experience better.
Well, on all the video people
We're
get to
doing this
see
from
me.
now on at Spoken
They
Vine.
get to see. It's really awesome. The setup is awesome. I almost want to pull up one of those comfy chairs and go hang out over there.
There's like a book club that comes in here, right? On
got it,
Thursdays?
yes,
There's
Thursday.
There's a book club that comes in here on Thursday, and what better than wine and books?
Exactly. That's our
Books
pop
are
up.
better with
It's our
wine.
pop up book club.
Yeah.
At Spoken Vine, and that's this next Thursday, the 27th.
Yeah, it'll be
June
this Thursday
27th.
by the time this airs.
By
I know
the
I
time
throw
it
you
airs.
off when
You
we
do.
record, and then it comes out the next week. So yeah.
So it's
this
at
Thursday it's coming
6:30,
out.
and
Yeah.
if you haven't picked up a book already, want to join the club, come on out. Even if you haven't read the book yet, but we have copies at the library, and of course the amazing ambiance that Spoken Vine provides.
Awesome. All right, what do you got going on that's big in the month of July? I know you're marching in the parade. Everybody's in the
Holy
parade,
cow.
so we're just going to be looking for you in the parade. I don't want you to spend a lot of time on that unless there's something crazy happening. You going to have the new mascot out there?
No, we're not gonna make the mascot walk out and
Come on, it's the whole point of a
concrete.
mascot. What
I
are
know.
the three names? I saw this online.
Yeah.
You have a new mascot. Is it a dog? Is that what it is?
It is a dog,
It's
yeah.
a dog. Okay, so it's a giant
It's a giant dog.
person-sized
Mascot dog,
Right,
yeah.
mascot dog. And it looks like it'd be the most comfortable dog in 100-degree temperatures. So perfect time to unveil the mascot.
It was. Which at our summer reading kickoff party was a big hit. It was a big hit.
So what are the three
we're
names?
looking for the three
What are the
names.
three names?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you have
I
online
do not
right now?
know. I do not know.
Okay,
I just got back from vacation, everybody. So I do not know.
All right, look it up because I voted
If
for
our
one
children's
last night.
librarian Laura Meyer was here, she'd know. She'd be able to.
I
rattle
voted
them
for
off
one
right
last
away.
night, and I think it was Bookie or something like that.
Yes.
Or, like I think that's the one I picked.
Yeah.
One of them was like Sir Reads a Lot. I'm like, it's a dog. If it had a monocle, then fine. But
Sir
it doesn't
Reads
have
a
a
Lot.
doesn't have a monocle.
great.
So how is he Sir Reads a
great.
Lot? I think that's two of the three names off
Two
the
or
top of
three.
my head that I remember.
Well, Bookies is a good one.
Okay,
Bookies
so
is a good one.
check out the website, check out the social
Vote
media.
for it. Vote for it
the
so we get a good name.
of the sponsor or the mascot.
Mascot.
And maybe the mascot will come here next time.
Yeah, we should get them in there.
I want to get the
Let's
mascot
go.
on camera. Okay, what's the big thing going on in
So
July?
we got a ton. I'm going to start with our kids. We have every year we do a tie-dye creation shirt that's huge. We get our parking lot packed. That's going to be Wednesday, July 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Make sure you bring your own washed white cotton t-shirt. You are using stains that will dye your clothes that you're wearing, so make sure you'll wear old clothes and shoes. But it's a lot of fun. It's always a big hit. And then because it's also kind of the summer of insects and nature with the cicadas, right?
Yeah.
We are having
Not a lot of them in Evergreen, though.
No, I mean,
there's
older
a couple
trees,
of,
Chris.
There's
I
a
guess we need
couple
older
of trees that have them like spotty around the neighborhood.
You drive down the street and you can hear one section of them all chirping.
Yeah,
and
my
then-
sister lives in Beverly. She says it's horrifying. It's so loud. They're everywhere. She just doesn't even want to be around her own home. She comes here and she's like, "How many you got in your pool?" I'm like, "I had one this week. I had one cicada in my pool.
yeah.
I had one cicada."
She's like, my filter's clogged. It's just cicadas all on top of the
Evergreen
pool.
Park, your respite from cicadas.
There we go. And enjoy some sangria.
Put it on
Spoken
the
Vine.
sign. Put it on the sign for the village. Cicadas are not welcome here. I don't know what the village did, but it's amazing if they did anything to stop them. There are none of them here. It's incredible.
Evergreen Park. I guess they don't like evergreen trees. I don't know.
All right, so it's
we'll have to learn more because we got Bugs Alive coming. The Peggy Notebart Nature Museum will be at the library on Thursday, July 11th at 10 a.m. It's for grades 1 and 2, but if you're interested, come on out for it. You get a chance to observe some live insects, folks. Live insects. And learn about the ways they move, they eat, and how they protect themselves.
Okay.
And then following that up, we're going to have some reptiles. So the same day, Thursday, July 11th, at 11 a.m.
You got to be careful there. Reptiles will eat the insects.
Yes, so we're going to really learn how those insects protect themselves.
And now, kids, we're going to watch the insects get eaten.
Or survive.
That's a library. Now,
That's life.
That is a library thing that
life.
I would come and attend myself. If it were a death battle between the different things that you brought in for the kids to explore, and it was like, all right, we've seen these animals. Now we're going to put them in this arena, and we're going to see who lives.
Insects versus reptiles.
I would show up for that.
Chris Lanuti will be.
I'd MC that.
We'll be doing the play-by-play call.
Yeah, I would MC. I once got to MC a UFC fight back in its infancy when nobody knew what it was, like in the late '90s, where I got inside of the octagon and did the whole thing where introducing the stage was exploding. Like they couldn't find an announcer, so they went to the local radio host and asked me to do it in Wheeling, West Virginia, and I would just get a kick out of doing that again with insects and reptiles.
With insects, here we go.
Or any small animals, whatever you want to do. Think about it.
There we go.
Always coming up with the best ideas for you.
So we got a whole bunch of other stuff. We have a drive-in movie going on. We have a Lego car races, which is we do that every year. We have the kids create their own Lego cars and then they race them. We have a candy chemistry and so much more. But a specific shout out, we have Mr. Scott's Giant Bubble Show. That is going to be Friday, July 19th at 6 p.m. It's an after hours event at the library. It's going to be in our library parking lot. We're expecting 150 plus people.
Yeah, giant bubbles.
Big giant bubbles. It's interactive, so the kids will be able to get up and play.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really fun for the whole family.
He's going to do the thing where he's got like the big giant bubble thing, and he wraps it around, and it's almost
He's got a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be in the library parking lot, so bring a lawn chair. And join us for this interactive bubble experience.
That cannot be rain or shine. So I would imagine if it rains,
it's probably
it won't rain.
We will most likely move it inside, just like what we did with our.
That would be awesome.
With our submarine kickoff party, we had animals. We had goats and other rabbits and everything inside the library.
This is why you go to the library events, to see Frank have to scramble in the moment. To be like, what are we going to do? We're going to have to bring the animals inside the library. Like that decision-making process. I want to see that. That's why I want to go to those things.
It's me. It's not me scramble. It's my amazing staff that just, boom, hey, we already have a plan.
They're
we have
working
a plan
hard.
B and C.
They're working hard, and you're drinking sangria with me. Yeah.
It's one of the perks of the job.
I already can't say sangria properly. Okay. What else we got going on?
We have a variety of things going on for teens. A couple quick things I want to shout out. Sweet Saturday. We have some candy sushi making. That's going to be Saturday, July 6th at 3 p.m.
Okay.
You can roll your own candy sushi and share your love for anime and manga with your friends.
You also have a life-size Candyland I see here.
Yes.
Are you aware of this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because sometimes you're not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like...
Did you know that you're doing this?
Yes. So life-size Candyland, you sign up for a 30-minute time slot. It says up to 6 players. But what is that? Like you have a board in the parking lot?
It's going to be indoors.
Okay.
So we're turning
is there candy?
The inside of the library into a giant game board.
That's awesome.
Yes. So, and it's running from 9:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So you have all day to come in and participate in the fun. Just make sure you register for that time slot.
All right, life-size Candyland. That looks really, I mean, it does. That looks really neat. You're coming up with some good ones lately. Or your staff is.
Your
staff's coming up with them.
I don't think of any of this stuff. I just come on here and drink sangria and promote it. And to stick with the alcohol theme.
Yeah.
Since
we might as well do
sangria,
that. You just reminded me to take another sip.
We have a summer beer tasting event coming up. That's going to be at the end of July, Thursday, July 25th at 6:30 p.m. It is a 21 and over event. We're having back our good friend Scott Poynton. He is a former home brewer of the year, Midwest home brewer of the year. He's also a certified beer judge. Want to figure out how to become a certified beer judge.
The beer?
Same guy from the fall session.
He was really good
in the winter. Yeah,
he was really
phenomenal.
good.
He's also a library director. So, he's incredibly smart.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like you guys were like, hey, Chris, this is up your alley. Like, why don't you go to this? And I was like, yeah, I'll go to the beer tasting event. And I just kind of figured he's not going to tell me anything I don't know about craft beer, because I love craft beer and I know how they brew things. I learned over the last 9 months how they make non-alcoholics now differently than they used to, because now they brew it and they pull the alcohol out of it. And I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to tell me something I don't know. And I learned a ton of stuff.
Gotcha.
Really good.
He's going to be back there to educate people and then also have samples of some different brews.
Okay.
That are specific to the summer season.
Very, very cool. That's it? We're done?
Oh, I got
Gonna
more.
keep drinking?
I got
I
more.
want to give you more time.
You want more? All right,
just
great.
dive in there. Just go.
So-
You rattle it all off.
Just go.
If I run out of time on the show, it'll all be on the video on YouTube. So it's like extended Frank time.
Oh, extended Frank time?
We have enough sangria here to do a 2-hour to do a 40-minute show, half-hour show. I'll be done with these in a half hour.
There you
okay,
go.
but dive into it.
So last time I was on the show, we talked about how we lost a very dear friend of ours.
Yes.
Virginia Chandler, a longtime library board member, and then also participated in the Library Foundation. To honor her, we're hosting a variety of different civic-related programs, and in July, we're doing 2. We have Avoiding Scams and Scammers. That's Monday, July 22nd at 1 p.m. We're having Marquette Bank of Evergreen Park come out, and they're going to share the most common types of scams, how you can fall victim to one, what you can do if that does happen to you, and how you can keep yourself safe from those types of scams.
There's a lot of scams now.
It's everything.
Yeah, I mean it's nonstop. I don't trust anything that
email,
gets sent to me.
phone calls, text messages.
Somebody keeps texting me, telling me that they know me, but they won't tell me who they are. And somehow in a text message, they still aren't speaking English very well. And I'm getting them today. It's really weird.
Well, make sure you stop by.
I'm definitely
you
not
can share your
responding
experience. Yeah, and I think that's the number one rule that they'll talk about is don't respond. And we're also having Dr. Tina Ward.
Yes.
Coming out from Evergreen Park High School. She's going to be here on Tuesday, July 30th at 6:30 p.m. And when I say here, not at Spoken Vine, I mean at the library.
Right.
But she's going to teach us on how to spot misinformation, inaccurate news, how that's evolved, how it spreads, how you can recognize it, and how you can refute it.
You know what? That's a great thing for people to learn. I feel like I figured it out early on because First, I have a journalism degree. Secondly, I was in the media. So how I read the news in the morning is I read the left side, the right side, and I try to find the things that are actually factual in the middle. Because if you just go to one site, it's skewed. I think everybody's really skewed.
Right.
Everybody's off with their information. Twitter has no fact-checking whatsoever.
Yeah,
People just make things up as they do it. And I think that I always learned how you source somebody, and I look for, is this actual news? Is there a source? Is this just somebody spouting something off? But I was trained to do that. Most other people, you just trust what you read, and that's the thing. I think that's a great course. That's awesome.
And we couldn't be
Tina's
happier.
the best.
Dr. Ward's the best. That's why we needed an expert in the field.
Yeah.
She's a librarian. This is part of what we do, and she's the best. So we're very, very
She'll
happy
be
to have
honest
her.
about it too. She will break that down perfectly. I'm sure of it.
We're super excited to have her. And then also, I'm just jumping around.
Go for it.
Now we have.
I'm just happy I got one of these books.
I know, right?
Because mine didn't show up in the mail.
That's why I come.
We had Sean Casten
I come
on.
to make sure.
We had Congressman Sean Casten on just recently on the show. If you missed it, go back and check it out either in audio or there's a longer version on video on the YouTube channel. And I brought you up. I said, Frank Murray comes in here and goes, Chris, did you get your flyer? And sometimes I say no, and sometimes I tell him I have 10 of them. Yeah. And why is the post office so screwed up? And it was a really interesting answer that I did not expect. Okay, and how you actually fix it is not something I had actually thought of. So I learned a little bit in that one, but I'm still not getting this. It seems like it's going to be a process. So I'm glad you brought me one. Jump around, my friend.
You're starting it up though. You're getting the solution.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're getting the solution.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it. Back to the alcohol. We're going to segue back to the alcohol. So we're having another event at the library, a mead sampling event. And this is with the people over at the Wild Blossom Meadery.
All right, I'm coming to that. When is that?
That is Wednesday, July 31st at 6:30 p.m.
Can I bring my own, made out of bone mead horn? Because I have one of those. I have an actual in the basement bar. I don't think I've ever shown you one of these big, it's like a horn. Like if you had a horn of ale, it's shaped like a horn. It's meant for mead. Can I bring my own?
Yes, bring it, Chris. Bring it.
Because that's what it's meant for.
Bring it. They'll be They're going to provide samples of mead, and you can definitely take that and dump it right into it.
I can dump it right into it. Okay.
Dump it right into it. Yeah. So they're going to discuss their mead.
Pretty big, so I'm going to be drinking a lot of
their
mead.
Mead making process. And Chris will be hoarding all the samples.
They're handing out little cups, and I walk in and just dip my cup into the mead. Bring me meats and cheeses. Yeah.
Get there before Chris does.
I'm going to wear a
there's
Viking helmet
there's
as
meat
well.
available for you
I'm going to walk
to
in
drink.
with a horned Viking helmet and my horn of ale and just stick it in the mead bucket. Now I hope there's a mead bucket. There's not going to be a mead bucket, though, is there?
Probably not.
There should be.
Because you just ruined it for everybody. Way to go, Chris.
That's what I do. All right, you're going to be at the parade.
Yep, we'll be there.
All right, I'm going to be at the parade. I'm marching in it. I'll see you at the setup.
All right.
And then afterwards, mosey over here.
Yes, Spoken Vine,
They're
everybody.
open till 10 o'clock.
They're open
on
till 10
parade
o'clock.
day. I mean, like this is where I'll be after the parade.
And like
Okay.
Bridget was saying, perfect spot for you for your pregame and parade during the parade activities.
Yeah, before you get out of here,
Wonderfully air-conditioned.
Reach over and grab that for me because I want to make sure I give the right details because it's sitting right here on the table here for Spoken Vine. So they have a pop-up book club, Spoken Vine.
With the library.
Once again, northeast corner of 95th Street at 3146 West 95th Street in Evergreen Park. They're discussing romantic comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld. I think I'm saying that right, Sittenfeld, on Thursday night, June 27th at 6:30 p.m., 21 and over. And there'll be refreshments and space is limited. Register at the Evergreen Park Library's website, evergreenparklibrary.org. And I'm going to put it right there in front of the thing. If somebody wants to zoom in, I'll put it in front of the camera.
Check it out.
And I'm telling you right now, this is one of my favorite spots on the entire South Side. The fact that we have it here in Evergreen Park. And people are always telling me like, well, I was going to go over there, but like that spot, the parking's crazy there. It is not where Spoken Vine is. That like they have basically the whole side of that parking lot is them, and so you have plenty of parking here. It's a great space to come, and then there's a lot just in case it gets crazy here. Just in case there's a lot of people here and they need extra parking. There's a lot between Spoken Vine and the library. People don't realize geographically, you guys are basically right next to them,
right across the railroad track.
Yeah.
We just got to get that railroad track to either go underground or over. Don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
All right,
But
get out to Spoken Vine. Check out everything that Frank has going on this month, my friend. Cheers.
cheers, Chris.
Do this again next month.
Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you, Spoken Vine. Thank you, Bridget and Reed.
It's the EP podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP podcast. Evergreen Park.